Alrighty, hello guys, welcome. We're watching Premiere Match Day 9. We have the Marksmen versus the Copypastas today on our good old game of Dust. Right now, it's T-side pistol round, and immediately Obama will find the opening kill onto Haha, opening up this A site. We still see a lurk right now from Jack and Tunnels, but now the mid-cross smoke comes up and they're executing onto this A bomb site here. We have one CT sitting on Olaf as two take Cat, but Jack will find a kill onto Cat, as well as another kill onto that A bomb site. So right now, Retired Bot's going to hunt down Jack now and lower tons, but now bomb goes down on the A bomb site, leaving a 1-on-4 now required for Retired. And he's dealt with shortly. Marksman goes the way of the pistol round.
Wow, we really jumped right into that. Didn't really get time for introductions or anything. Hi, MLD. This is Getter Got. We'll be your casters today. We got Cameron King observing for us. I'm being told that I'm too quiet. Let me turn up my mic and try a new mic, so please let me know in the chat if there's any problems.
Alrighty. So the Marksmen are the first rated team right now in Premiere coming into this map, and they have a 100% win rate on Dust, playing this twice already. And the Copystars, excuse me, are only a 7th, and they have not played Dust yet. So what do you expect coming in for this match?
I don't know. I don't really watch too much of these, so I'm a recruit player, kind of stick in recruit. I'm just here to do some casting. I don't really have too much to say on these teams.
Alrighty, fair enough. Same here, to be honest. But Jack will fall short onto this lurk for the B-bomb site, but that clears up cat control for command sniper and leading a vacant A-bomb site.
I got one drop down into CT, two in CT, a third one coming, one out long. Retake. Okay.
Yep.
Conrad
Bomb goes down.
Going for the third. He's hungry. There we go. All three of them from CT down. Still the long lurk. But Conrad isn't finished. He's hunting for every single one of these.
Yeah, he wants that ace. But he'll get shortened out. Yep. Haha, with this Galil in hand and 2 players left, it's still doable, but the scout will ring out, and that'll be the end of that round. Conversion goes to the Marksmen, leading them an early 2-0 lead.
Good start for the Marksmen. Let's see if Copypastas can bring this back somehow. This is their first full buy round. They're not actually going to full buy. We're going to have an MP9 on section.
Yeah, but we still have, a lot of M4s on majority of the CT, and because of how many people went down on that T side, you can look at the buy of the Marksman, and a scout shot will ring out for section, leaving an early man advantage. I was just about to say how the buy isn't the strongest. But yeah, the nades will answer back, leading 3 players low and another dead. Fights are ringing out across the map onto this B-bomb site, and the B-bomb site is now fallen. We still have 2 players watching long here, as well as just 1 in CT. So now, even though they managed to reel it back and with all that heavy nade damage, they're still in a very disadvantaged spot. And with that unfortunate timing, Barack will retire bot.
Very unfortunate timing. Turned around just at the wrong timing. Getting picked from behind. Never a fun time.
Yeah, and that, that's immediately a safe call for these CTs. You can see them wrapping around back from T-spawn, hoping to get some tons exits, perhaps. But yeah, this is a done round, and another one for the Marksman.
Yeah, they all safely exit towards CT, so not going to be any exit picks. Oh, maybe one.
One, yeah, just misses the timing there.
Oh, he's going to hide safely in the corner. He's expecting the T hiding spot.
Yep. And so with this round win, you can see the cash now on the Marksman here, is they got now M4s and AKs in hand, as well as plenty of residual cash onto next one, and they could even drop whoever their opper is an op now. And yeah. And so that forces then the CTs, they could buy around these M4s, but it's still looking like a save. Just grenade on one of these players here. And they might just play for picks, see if they can, take a gun away from the T's here or get an early man advantage.
Yeah, and as you said, there's the op on Comrade. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yep, maybe that's how he gets the sniper from his name.
Early nades into A long. Nobody there to receive them, though.
Yeah, and it's still only one player on this B bomb site. We can see Retired just trying to hold down tons. No smokes or anything. He just has what appears to be a 5-7. But Haha does win the fight onto Barack, but K will throw out a nade to trade that right out. And K finds a second. And Retired Bot with the P250 finds 2 in tons.
Wow, 3v2, guns all around. What a way to turn around a save by.
But the remaining 2 players have found out. They're in the middle of mid, looking to finish towards B. And even though, Retired still got that multi-kill, they have the op in hand with only 21 HP, and they're slowly wrapping around back to upper tons. And so we still see Kigo with just a pistol also, still watching long. And here he goes peeking in, and will dom.
Gets taken out.
But they're still not committed. They don't commit off of that. They're still watching and waiting around for Kigo. Does have that saved M4 in hand. And they won't be able to hear this. Going all the way through T-spawn, Kigo already rotated. So now they responded to that rotate, but it's still way too late. They're already going through long and can get this A-bomb site for free.
Well, if he notices soon enough, he might be able to watch the cross CT, but he does not.
Yeah, that smoke will deny him any vision that could have been spotted anyways. So now,
taking site safely.
Yep. An uncontested plant should ensure them the round. We have Kigo with that op in hand and 100 HP. Not looking like they would go for this right now, but we'll see if they do. They're still hanging around the T-spawn area.
Still an amazing save round.
Yeah. Definitely made it expensive for a few players, as well as retained an op, and they can still full buy next round, which is good. But, in a best-of-1 scenario, you're already taking, a 0-4 lead, so the next round needs to be guaranteed to have still a pretty fair half on this side.
Yeah, it is their lowest eco player that is gonna survive, hopefully survive. K does not want to let him keep that up.
Yeah. But he just overlooks it, knife in hand. Kigo will take down K and just hold on to this op.
More money out of the T's hand.
Yep. And look at the T spawn right now. They have a pretty good long spawn. 2 T's back towards B and the rest towards suicide or long. So we could see, maybe a long pop, and we'll have to see where the CT op goes. Maybe it'll go suicide or maybe it'll take long and see where that goes. But we still have a op on Command Sniper, and it looks like they're dropping down CT. A missed shot from Command Sniper as the rest of the players run toward this A long, but there's 2 players still holding this cross. Comrade. Whoop. Oh, look at that. The CT Molly doesn't spread. They don't know about this player Blue Box, and K will punish Milkman for that. But Retired Bot will respond back. Section also finds Obama. And so now they still... Yeah. They give up this long position as well. They're playing Cat and CT as well as 1 player still on this B-bomb site.
Well, we do have a mid lurk, trying to get some information. Is he
Yeah.
over? He does.
Oh, and it's too late. The Cat will peek out also.
They really need to hit the shots
Still,
here. There
yeah.
we go.
Section will regret that mid peek.
Cat comes out though, takes one down with him.
Yeah, will they expect this 3rd player, though? They do.
Oh.
A missed shot from Retired Bot will put him down, and now it's K and Comrade Sniper here with the man advantage on the A-bomb site. And now it's the player who saved last round. Yeah, we'll find this AK. They not looking like it. Yeah, they need rounds here. They don't want a 5-0 start. Being loud, and they will get stomped down. 5-0 for the Marksmen here.
Tough start to the game, but... it's still early. It can still go in any direction.
Yeah, and they were really doing really well. They had the man advantage, even though they got peaked by that, mistake on the blue box player there. They still held it back. I'm just, I just was questioning why was the mid player, re-peaking all the way from back there? Because it was still fair man advantage. They still had time, and then they just re-peak and die. And then the Cat player can only get 1 off of that also. You get the starting soon screen. There we go. Well, missing a little bit. We see KK take down Kigo. So, and we still see it's a pretty vacant bomb site towards tons. But look, we have 3 players towards middle as well as a CT smoke out. But the bomb is still watching this A long flank right here. And so if, Section chooses to push this, they could isolate the bomb here. But Barack knows a little bit better, and he's going back to his teammates. And it's looking like they're going to take the upper tons here. And so it could be time here for Milkman. Mollied off the spot, but no footsteps heard. I don't think they reacted to this. And now they're finally spotted from that T player in window. We'll find one on doors. A second running through from tons, but is quickly dealt with. Now it's a 2v3 for these CTs.
Milkman
with
at least
no
takes 2
control.
down as they blow it onto the B site. But finally goes down himself in the car.
Yep. Double molly onto window. Will let a safe plant come through.
Well, it looks like we've got Section going for some info while Retired Bot stays back, sees what he can get.
Yeah.
Gotta save
But I mean,
it up again. They
yeah,
have
look with that money. They only have, 500 between them, $600. So even though they have no rounds on the board, they're still forced to, take this back, hopefully grab onto another round. And so I feel like the CTs here, they need to figure out what's going on in mid, because majority of these rounds have came down to mid control. Can they hold on to mid? Are they doing that properly? We've seen when the mid players fall, that can either open up the avenue for Cat or, the CT to B execute. And so from what I want to see from the CTs is can they, show a presence in long and still hold it down and not, let the Ts do whatever they want in it. Because they're doing really well. They're throwing all their util out, A long. And if the Ts get shut down, they just run mid, and that's where they still thrive. They can't get, shut down again.
They got 2 M4s bought for the Copypastas, 1 MP9. The AK and M4 safe from the round previously.
Yep.
They are coming out long.
Yeah.
2
And so
going
trade
down, one
goes
on each
through.
side.
Yep. Making man advantage at least even 4v4 now as the round begins. All 4 terrorists, though, have been towards this A long position. And a dink rings out. Yeah, a little bit. But nobody's given anyone anything. The Ts are using a lot of util here. Molly on car and a smoke cross. And the CTs are still holding on. We only have Haha holding on to the mid doors, as well as Kigo looking at Cat. And then we still have, these 2 players still on the A bomb site. Another mid-cross smoke comes out. And Comrade Sniper would take down Retired Bot. But they don't know about this player section in this smoke. Hoping to create a timing here, pushing this ramp. And he found 1 and 2.
And 2! And back into the smoke.
And he knows that planner is still on the site somewhere. He finds a 3rd.
3 kills for him. Only Comrade left to try to cover this bomb.
Yeah, up in hand, it'll be hard. Especially with this A long flank. Yep.
Yeah.
And now diffuse on bomb, and that
goes
section
down.
with the 4K.
Finally, a round on the board for Copypastas.
Yeah.
Is this the start of their turnaround?
It can still be a 6-6 half. That's, ideal. Even a 7-5 half here isn't bad. And so, Section woke up there. Originally, he only had 1 kill before this round. A 4K will make him at least even this game. And so yeah, good util usage. Yeah, a little bit of an oopsie there for the T side with all that team damage. Maybe making it a little easier for Section to rack up those kills, but still a great round nonetheless for them. And here it is again, a lot of fake flashes towards it, but we still have 4 players towards this mid. And Haha will go down in this mid doors, and they're just sprinting up towards Cat right now. Missed shot though from the off.
Slowly taking space up Cat on the A site.
Yeah, and that's another rotate caught off guard. Obama will find Milkman, and that just leaves B completely free if they want to take this.
And it looks like they're going for a summer quest for information while we still have Talangari, is that his name?
Appears to be. Talon Garbage.
Talon Garbage.
Yeah, I don't know. I had a Talon for a while. I liked it. And the mid flank will come true, though, for Kigo. We'll find Obama, leaving it a 3v3 retake. At least it's doable now. And they're still worried about a player on CT, but no one's home there. All 3 players are in sight. We have Comrade watching this window here. See if anybody overpeaks. It looks like... And they'll just overlook him. A trade goes through, though. Heavy damage onto the car player, but he will still finish off his duel. And K will make it short. That's 7 rounds for the Marksmen.
End there. Yep.
Yeah.
So we are looking for that 7-5, fingers crossed, for the Copypastas. They just cannot seem to find their footing in this first half of the game.
And it all comes back down to mid. You saw what happened there. We had 4 players on top mid as well as the lower tons player instantly shutting down Haha. And then the B player rotates to mid, also gets cut off, which just leaves B completely free. And then they just get shut down on the retake there. So it all comes back to mid for Dust. And so now it's an early stack. They're leaving A vacant, but there's 4 players going up here, and we see Haha trying to take some mid control. And Haha will find Talon, and that drops the bomb now. So that's information for the CT side. We can see these players that we were on B just rotating off to CT to back up A, and the bomb has been recovered. And Haha knows this, so now the T's are just sprinting up towards this A long site. We still have 1 on cat watching the rotate.
They started off very aggressive up A long, but as soon as that bomb
and
went
Bot
down,
will
they
find
had to stop.
Bot finds K onto the cat, and so we still have these 3 T's on ramp. Jack will find Section though to open up at least a little bit of resistance for this A bomb site. See if they can still get it down. But we still have 3 cat players, 1 CT and 1 close, and then Milkman will shut down Obama. But Comrade Sniper finds 2.
Going for the 3rd, almost, but he does get traded out.
It's mean.
Another round for the Marksman. Only leaving 1 alive though. That is good damage. Good damage to the Marksman's eco.
Yeah, it was a mixture of unfortunate timing and uncoordinations for the CTs, because once that cross smoke left, then the car player could just easily rack up those kills there. But I didn't see any flashes. I think there might have been a Molotov or 2 there to clear out positions. But overall, they had man advantage. That should have been a fairly easy retake for the CTs there, and they managed to let that slip through their fingers there.
Well, having 2 go down to the car player is not really supposed to go down like that. The car player's in an open position trying to get information. But managed to take the 2 out CT and just turn the tides of that round.
Yeah, but Retired Bot can hear these footsteps, from mid. So he's calling out, hey, they're cat guys. I got A long lockdown, go back that up. And so they leave mid wide, wide open for these T's to cross through. So now we got CT's players like, oh crap, our mid's open right now, and we have our B player watching it. But Milkman will find 1 through the smoke, gets traded by Jack. And Obama will find 1 with the scout. Haha tries to get cheeky through the smoke, and we'll find 2. Retired Bot will also find Jack, leaving it a 1-on-2 for Talon Garbage. So now he can still get the bomb planted safely here. And we'll have to see how he plays this post plant. Smoke on doors for him, and then nade towards window. Maybe it'll take some damage on the CT.
A nice 20%. Not a bad nade. Gets the first one.
He has no bullets.
Still low HP, though.
Yep. And the retake won't be... Oh, my lord.
Getting a little bit of BM in the server.
A little bit. Very brave for, already, what, a 2-8 half?
Yeah.
Yeah,
2-8
you
half
love
and
it.
Throwing the BM.
I love a little bit of banter. But,
Well, Counter-Strike is a mental game. If he can break the mental, that might put them in a good stride to start taking some rounds.
And it could, it could very well be a T-sided map. We just don't know for this matchup. So, but what I saw from the CTs there was a bit more coordination. That smoke break to lead to a double kill on Cat, as well as the smoke push to find a double in like lower mid, past double. And now it's just Tech 9's trying to take this long space. We got Kigo on some low HP, and we'll get caught out by Obama.
The spam of Tech 9 through the smoke. Surprised he lasted that long. He put a bit of damage up there.
And yeah. Haha feels the need to push this, and it may work out for him.
Shooting. Impossible to keep track of what's going on here.
Yeah, and the smoke spam is good. So another roundup for the Copypastas here. So what initially looked like to be, you know, a little bit of a difficult round, you know, to be honest, I got a little worried when the CTs, you know, peaked that together. Because, I mean, hey, it's Deck 9. Just, you know, hold back. But, you know, the spray down does happen, and they're able to convert the round. 2 left alive. And now it's the final round of the half. See if we can pray for an 8-4 half for our Copypastas.
Well, it is a proper full buy, possibly their first one in this entire half.
Yeah, no op, though, for the CTs here. It's just rifles, and we just see a very fast lower tons take. Haha will find one before they're traded out, leaving even man advantage.
They are slowly taking his B site, though.
Yeah, and Milkman will find another. I don't think they expected the double lower push, but Jack will trade that out as well. And leaving leaving another empty bomb site. We still have a fair bit of util, though, for these CTs for this retake. And so Retired Bot is priming up a flashbang right now for this retake. They heard the player there getting burned, as well as a heavy nade onto the car player here. But it is just shut down. Retired Bot on a 2-on-1.
No. Oh,
but another nade could finish that car player. And now...
Oh my gosh, what a play by Retired Bot.
Retired Bot finds 3 on a 1v3 retake there to at least guarantee them 4 rounds for the CT side.
Okay, they're finally getting some rounds at the end of the half. Hopefully they carry this momentum with them into the second half, get some more rounds on the board, bring it to a little bit closer of a game, but a good amount of kills all around. Like, even Kigu with his 310, you know, it's hard, but he's got the damage, he's got the team impact, he's doing a lot for his team.
Yeah, and you know, it just came down to the the util, even because with all that util for that retake, that's what the CTs needed earlier in the half. You can see how much the retake was, you know, swayed in their favor with all that, you know, util they had left over. So we'll have to see now. You know, I can't, you know, dwell too much on what, you know, the previous half was. We have the pistol round queued up for the second half, and so we'll have to see how their T side can pan out in comparison to their CT.
Well, we're about to find out.
Yep.
Looks like the Copypastas are a little undecided on to where to go.
Yeah, but it's A-Long. Yeah, but A-Long's left wide open for these T's to take. And now we see a double upper tons push coming through. We can see if Retired Bot can get one. He does find the one on Obama and is still in a firefight with Talon right now.
And it's taken minimal damage.
Yeah.
He's taken one down finally.
And he finds Talon, but K will respond on to Haha. But now it's a 2v4, or nope, 3v4 required for these CTs here. A labored fight from the T's will make it now an even game, but they know where this one player is. They find the site player now, and now it's just the cat player. And so Milkman knows where he is. He will be loud about it. The smoke's still up to give him some cover.
Managed to sneak through onto site.
Yeah.
Into a good position. He's gonna get this bomb down.
Yeah, and he's just gonna stick this right now. At least guarantee, you know, some money here. And he still knows this player's cat, but he won't be able to find it. And
Goes aggressive, but Jack has the perfect little pixel peek angle to get him.
Yep. And, you know, he's just holding that cross with the crouch, you know. And that's where, you know, the T's peak. You know, it's the CT had plenty of time in the world, the same as the T. So I respect the aggressiveness, but it just doesn't pay out. Now it is now. At least they get bombed down so they can force up, maybe buy some Mac 10s here, but it's looking a tiny bit dire for these Copypastas. A 9-4. Because they needed that pistol round to at least give them a little bit more of a chance for this map. So we'll have to see what they do with this force by Galils and Mac 10s, as well as a scout for Retired Bot. And so a tag will come through. Yeah,
apparently
and as well.
I'm gonna turn myself up a little bit. Hopefully that doesn't ruin anything, but.
And so they're being loud about it. You know, Haha's just trying to sell this, you know, B take right here. As we see 4 players right towards mid too. Jack will take a little bit more damage. But we have right now, yeah, but Talon found out.
Gets the kill.
Yeah, and he's able to limp away from that, but K will find Milkman. And Section's looking to push this. Will find Jack also. So now they don't know about this final B player right here, but it's still a man advantage for the T's here. But most of them do have a little bit low health. Retired Bot, the only one that's fully healthy here. And now that cross smoke is out, they know mid is clear of T's, so they're pushing through this. And, you know, okay, we'll find Kigo now.
Out. Bad timing, gets taken down.
Yeah.
Another one goes down on B site. And there's all
and they
of them
just
down.
Yeah, they get mopped up there. So, you know, a little bit of hesitation for the T's, you know, just makes way for the T's to, you know, let the util disperse, let them think about it. And, you know, Sexton was being loud there. Maybe if he was, you know, quiet up a little bit, stayed on his post on the Xbox, you know, he could have seen the players crossing. But no, he decided to jump down, be loud, and just get caught out. And then the final players just rush out tons and get mopped up. So overall, really well played for the CTs.
A little too good, making this a little too one-sided of a game. Going very aggressive down mid. Does finally get taken down. Can't actually land any shots.
No, no Xbox smoke or no, you know, mid door smoke there to block anything off. So was looking like to be an initial cat rush with this you know, play stop down. They're looking to slow it up. It looks like it's a 2-2 split right now. 2 T's on the catwalk as well as 2 T's long. But we still have one player, Obama, watching this flank. And so boost up on the barrels will be fallen, but Comrade Sniper will be there to clean it up. And then they're just, the rest of the Cat T players are now mopped up as well. The Tech-9's unable to give the T's anything, making it a dire 11-4 scoreboard.
Not much money to bring into the quite possibly second to last round. We got a scout.
3 AKs though isn't bad. Yeah. And I mean, you know, one tag with a scout and 1 bullet for the AK, I'll get them down. So, and I mean, even, you know, mid doors tag would mean the world for these terrorists because they need anything to grab on right now for this round.
But Marksmen is just plain Copypastas. Toys, giving them so much space and then aggressively taking it back.
Yeah, no anti-flash or anything. They're able to fight through this long. But look at this push from Milkman.
Just the top mid distracting while the bottom B times rushes out and takes one down. Cat, on the other hand, gonna take 2. Finally gets traded out.
Yeah, but look at the lower tons player. Jack will find section, and so now it's haha on a 1v2 situation. One player is just 1 bullet away from dying though. But bomb has been dropped towards upper cat, it seems. Short.
Jack does upgrade from the MD9 to the Galil. Not the best of upgrades, but still an upgrade.
But backs are turned for these CTs. They don't know where this final player is. They don't know he's cat. So now they're being a little suspicious. They're still watching A long with their low player. Now they're looking back towards cat. Haha is not looking to push this smoke.
Yeah, it's got to be a safe call at this point. Oh, he's going to be a little aggressive.
No,
Let's see what he can do here.
They need some rounds here. Yeah. The molly doesn't give any information, so they'll overlook that. The molly doesn't spread enough for haha.
They're going to keep watching
this boost might. He clears the close angle. He knows one could be Xbox or back. And he will get found out.
The 1 HP player takes him down.
Yeah. And it's just, you know, from what I saw, another problem was, even though there wasn't any smoke, they were doing well in mid. They found the players. They just couldn't get the trades, and nobody was watching tons. So even though they, you know, were able to grab at least, you know, fair man advantage, when they tried to escape the cat to execute on A, they lost the bomb to the lower tons player. So, still a little rusty now. It's match point for our marksmen here.
And a Mac 10 coming into...
Yeah, a triple op setup, by the way. I
just noticed it. Triple op. They're just rubbing it in their faces at
Not
this
an
point.
M4 in sight. It's AKs and ops.
And they're all playing together.
Yeah, and there's no smokes or anything. It's just a raw duel right here. And the ops ring out.
Connecting a bunch of those shots. 3 go down in long.
Yeah, finally I hear smoke going out. Yeah, Kigo turbo peaks one of them, but just gets slow peeked by Obama. And now it is a 1v4 required for retired bot. Bomb not in their favor.
But a Galil's not going to make this easy.
No, and with the, you know, it doesn't matter if they're low. When they got an op, they can still just one-shot. Interesting play.
Barack Obama goes down to his own fire, trying to push the fire a little too soon.
So now another pick given over for the CTs. Maybe it'll give retired bot a little bit of rope to chew on. Fake flash does not give him anything, and that is GG's for our marksman here, 13-4.
Wow, what a rough game for the Copypastas. Very well played by the marksman. some very
Yep.
smart gameplay, giving them so much space and then taking it back with a vengeance. Many
Yeah.
times they just completely gave up A long, completely gave up A site, completely gave up B site, and just went for the retake and owned it every time.
Yeah. It was a very, tough match because it's honestly like a little like it wasn't strange to me, but it was just interesting, like the almost like lack of util sometimes I would see because we would see players, run down cat without a mid door smoke and get caught out, or just if there was only a single Molotov thrown, the ways of A long, and people would get picks off of that. So that almost it's like surprised me to see because I feel like in my recruit games I'm seeing util dumped, in the first 30 seconds of the round. So, it's a little interesting way to see it. It's interesting the way it, played out for these teams.
Yeah, it was a rough game. It was a rescheduled game, so a little extra time to get ready for it, but Copypastas don't make it look like that was the case.
No,
You,
a very, prominent showing from them,
you
just
said
proving
Marksmen
their
was
point.
#1 in their tier at this point, right?
I think that is, yeah, the Marksmen they had 100% win rate on Dust. They played it twice already. And yeah, the copy
So 3 for
pastas.
3 on Dust 2.
Yep.
Copypastas playing the top ranked team in their tier. It's never gonna be easy. They played well, but fell hard.
Yeah, and it was also an interesting map to see because they haven't played that once. When I was looking at their stats, they've played Anubis most of their games, as well as a few other maps over here. So I was surprised to see Dust 2 still standing out of those maps for them,
Yeah,
not
with a
having
hundred
played it.
percent win rate, you'd think that Copypastas would try to ban that.
Yep. But maybe it's a little early or late into the season. Maybe they want to see what they can get cracked at, or maybe just have a surprise pick against their team.
Yeah,
But yeah,
hopefully
look.
Copypastas put a lot of practice into Dust 2 before taking Marksman onto, their map with a
Well,
3 for 3 at this point.
even if they did, a 13-4 score line isn't, the best thing to bring home. You can be proud about, a 13-11, 13-10, but when it gets 13-4, that's not something most people smile on. I mean, me personally, I had a 13 map on Inferno earlier this season. We haven't seen that light or seen that map. We haven't given that map the light of day since.
Uh,
So
yeah, that's usually what happens is you have one really bad map and then you never touch it again. The entire team takes a big pivot and, tries to work to your strengths and leaves your falls in the background.
mhm. Alrighty, thank you for watching. All right, thanks for watching. We'll be back in 15. Welcome back, friends. Nope.
We do
Welcome
not
back,
have
friends.
audio.
So we have Shogun against the Ooze crew. It's looking like a very fast A play right here. Nobody's home right now for the CTs. Just one player in Temple to slow this off. And so they get a free bomb site for the taking. However, we see a deep CT smoke being thrown, and that's the only bit of util. A very fast rotate coming in for the cave players right here. Gush on one, and Staircase will be the first to fall in this matchup.
T's being very aggressive into Donut. Almost all the CTs coming through there, so they're holding off the
Slimy will
retake
find
pretty
one.
well.
And now it's just Smart as Superman, still stuck in this 1v3. Gets spotted out, finds the one, but now it's the two left on site, and they hold it down well. Oof. Philip Peak with a 2k to shut this round down, and that could have been scary for the CTs there. You know, Sui on 4 HP and Philip on, 49. That could have been something else, but the round goes the way of the Ooze crew, and that is the piss around.
First round quickly out of the way, bomb plant, so there is money for the T's and the defuse for CT, so a decent amount of money all around. We are going to get a Galil on the T side.
Yep, at a minimum. And so, yeah, I just want to take a second to talk about, that CT setup and the retake there all as well, because when we saw the T's come in, no one was on site. We had the Temple player instantly going down and no util for the T's either, so it was very quick for both of the teams to get the bomb down and for the retake to happen.
Looks like it's going to be a B hit by the T's this time. A missed flash into cave. Still gets the kill.
Yeah.
Traded quickly, though.
Yep, and they still will go down, not expecting that second cave player. With 3 on site, though, a flash will come in, and that'll be a cleanup for the CTs. That force buy shut down. But, it wasn't even a force buy. I think we had one Mac 10. Everybody else can now quickly afford AKs, maybe with Galil on Catalyst. But an early start for the Ooze crew, able to pick up their, diffuse conversion. And so coming into this map, the Ooze crew has, picked this map of Ancient today. They have a 67% win rate on this map here. Shogun has not played this map once, but like I said, 67% win rate for this map means that at least they're not invincible.
Loving all the extra information you come with.
Yep. So we see right now, it could be a B setup right now. We have 2 players on the ramp, bomb dropped in spawn. We'll do a 1-for-1 trade. And now it'll also be a CT man advantage here as Catalyst we find out. And now we have Slimy holding down this ramp position. Inox is super low right now on 5 HP on this ramp, able to back away from that. And so a flash will blind these T, let them back up into the corner, but Smart as Superman will find the one. And that's information there's a second player there with that extra bullets ringing out.
So Superman HP, not able to do much.
No, they get mopped up pretty quickly.
Flying through both of them.
Yeah, even with that quick rotate coming through T-spawn, they weren't enough. Just 3 CTs in their face, unable to, do any transfers or anything. So the first full, buy round goes the way of the Ooze crew.
That whole T-sided team just got stuck on that B ramp, could not progress, and then just slowly got collapsed upon, picking them all off one by one.
Yeah,
so a very clean round for the Ooze crews.
Yeah, we saw Philip, lining up flashes for his team as well. Very coordinated util usage for our CTs here. And it looks like it's just a mid-pop. They go 1-for-1 there for the trades. But Slimy with the jump-up peak goes crazy. Another dink onto the players. And now the Red Room players chiming in through smoke, leaving Inox in a 1v3 situation. Does find an M4 and has armor with the bomb on their back. So they could give it a run for their money here.
Still a 1v3 though. Tough to do anything with that. I'm assuming the save call is going to be made, but
nope. Well, there's the first kill. Yeah.
One going down, bringing it to a 1v2.
Yeah, but
for an aggressive A main push.
Yeah.
No, he's still hiding around.
Yeah, but look at Staircase right now, coming through all the way from ramp through T-spawn, but he's not going to push the matter. He's still going to leave mid wide open for Inox to take. So they could just jump up here and take the B site completely for free. Our Philip is just playing a very off position in Donut right now, and it looks like their gamble is going to work out. 40 seconds left on this clock for Inox to get bombed down. But look at Staircase. They've came back through elbow, and they're looking to crunch through mid. Looking like red room's clear. They might go back to T spawn.
They're getting all that information that this whole side of the map is clear. Once Philip K checks out A site and sees that A is empty, at what point do they finally collapse onto B?
Yeah, with this bomb plant now, very safe plant for Inox here, and 2 flashes left for this post plant. We can see the CTs have nothing left, so they're going to burn an early flash here to take, backside control, but it's not looking like where the CTs are going. It looks like they're running through, jump up, and they could either come through cave or just go all the way around to ramp.
Philip definitely going through cave, Staircase going to follow. So
yeah, they're doubling up here. And I wonder if they can spot this barrel from the short side. They've tried to clear out cave. Look at the timing on this. Finds one, and a labored spray on Staircase, but 4 HP left with the kit. It'll still go the way of the CTs. So nearly a 1v3 conversion for Inox, but unfortunately can't, control the beast that much and leaves Staircase with 4 HP and a round victory for the Ooze crew.
Well, that wasn't a bad save round for them. That was... Did they not just go in there with pistols and a couple armor?
Yeah, they had, Tech 9s and armor right there. I think they have nearly full loss bonus at this point. So there, no reason not to there. And so now they got AK-1. I'm not seeing a T-side op come out. No op on either side. Still be a battle of the rifles here. And it's looking like a very B-centric play right here. We have a single elbow player right here with a red room smoke. And it looks like they're running through this.
Taking damage.
And it's a double entry for the T's here. That Mon will back him up, and Catalyst will go down to Slimy, still holding on to this cave position. Bomb goes down safely, however. But Apathy is in between 2 CTs here, and they get just turbo
Slimy, another pick.
Yeah.
Slimy having great impact this round.
Yeah. Philip will fall, though, to Upsilon. But Inox with the long peek will find one, and a smoke will go onto ramp also. Holding out Slimy. An ace clutch required for him, and he will go down. First round of the game first round for our Shogun crew. With a very fast, B hit there.
Finally one on the board. 2 alive, so decent amount of money going into the next round.
Yeah, and with the amount of CTs going down in these previous rounds and how brutal the CT economy is, look at the money on our CTs. They have enough money for maybe MP9s, maybe 1 or 2, M4s at most. We see Rai with just a 5.7 maybe and some armor.
Yeah, we got 1 M4 and a FAMAS, 2 MP9s, almost no util going into this round.
Yeah, just 3 flashes. Yeah, no smokes, no mollies or anything. I think we see 1 smoke towards elbow. And it's looking like a pretty passive setup. We have 1 in red who's already smoked off and rotating B, as well as 1 playing Cubby, it looks like, in long. And Slimy's just getting
a lot of
down.
Space in mid.
Yeah, and Apathy will find Slimy to be opened up. And so they hear these shots ringing out for the CT player. And just a deagle, Inox will find Rai very quickly, leaving it a 2v4 right now for the CTs. And they probably just want to hold on to these, MP9s here.
Yeah, T's being very aggressive, looking for those kills. They do not want to give them anything into the next round.
Yeah, Superman finds the mid player, gets dinked, so Staircase may try and find this AK off of him. Still has these 2 flashes left and an MP9. They know Superman was red room and will find him. But look at this, we have a Nox already looking towards red, hoping to prevent that AK from being picked up. And they're bloodthirsty here. They want Staircase down. But
Staircase not going to go down easy, though. Taking out 3 now.
Yep,
finally taken down, but takes 3 AKs out of the T's hands.
Yeah,
what an expensive round.
Also, so now that's money racking up for him as well. Staircase now can drop his, his friend's deagles maybe, or some 5.7s for this pistol round, because even though that was a force up there for the CTs, so... Now, they're looking pretty broke. Maybe Staircase can afford an op or maybe just M4 next round. And the T's here still have, full AKs on their side also. So it's
full
like
AKs,
an early
full
pause,
util,
though.
proper full buy against an almost full save. We have 1 armor, 1 nade, a couple of upgraded pistols. Really not much going into this round. But they do have the 2-round lead, so they can risk this one.
Yep. And so that pause will come off now, and we're going to see a setup here. So I'm wondering if these guys are going to rush somewhere, because, when you're on a pistol round on Ancient, honestly, you have three pretty good options to rush. You can rush down A, and if they're not A, they're either mid or B. If you go mid, that gives you a lot of like scrutiny through all the util, but you can at least press them all through elbow, or you can go ramp. And so these three options for pistols at least, and it's looking like a B stack for right now with just Rye holding onto this A bomb site.
Yeah, 4 into B, 2 into Cave. They have a lot of distance up in Cave. 2 in Jag, holding those angles.
Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna just hopefully we can out aim them, because with pistols sometimes you can get rushes and find kills, but
Sui holding the close angle. Philip K goes down to a grenade. Sui does finally get taken out. That is a free B site. The Cave member is finally coming out, but can't do anything.
Yeah, Rye nearly had a kill there, but is shut down by Superman. Will he be aware of this Cave player? He is not, so the Jag player will at least be able to grab an AK and perchance get out of there. But look at the Ts right now. They've completely taken over A side. They've let the CTs rotate over and just stole A from them. Even though it was a pistol round. They could have just taken sight.
The Staircase gonna hold on to this AK. That's a beautiful molly. Staircase gonna hold on to this AK, or is he gonna try to go for some exits?
I think Staircase still has 2,500 on him, and cuts my words short as he goes down to a jump up player on Upsilon. And so now it's 3 rounds for our Shoguns here, but we have a full buy for our Ooze crew coming back.
Some of these CSC names are a little bit of a tongue twister.
Oh, yes.
Casting the Emu Logistics Company was a fun one.
That sounds interesting. And so now it's looking like a little bit of a variation. We still have this red room smoke coming up, but now we have 1 in elbow, 2 towards A, as well as the default, 2 players towards ramp.
CT's being very aggressive though, putting 3 into mid.
Yeah,
2 of them go down.
But now it's still even man, 3 on 3. We still have 1 player towards A, but the Jag player does find Superman here. Does he expect the second player though? Still watching this angle. Oh, but the timing. He turns for his team's flash that Upsilon is in front of it, able to find out the Jag player, and now it's a 2v2.
1 hiding donut, 1 protecting B.
Yeah, but
Shogun's
they know
taking this mid control.
Yeah, but he knows the flash came from mid because they turned for that flash. They heard that flash, so they know this donut player is somewhere. And so they might just creep red and see if they can, find a pick and then just base it off that. And they could hear this. They could hear those steps from donut, maybe. So we'll have to see what these Ts do.
When they first took mid, yeah, they definitely heard those steps. But now that they creeped up to red, they have nothing.
Yeah,
they could assume that they went into red.
Yeah. And so I think Sui's aware of this, that red has been an empty, and Philip hasn't seen anything. But Sui's still playing Jag here. We see, Upsilon 25, just looking around, clears cave, but he doesn't go all the way to Jag. 25 seconds left on this clock. He will put a molly down onto ramp, and maybe he doesn't smoke off cave. He holds on to that. But nobody pushes cave. So Sui hears all this. He hears the molly go off ramp and hears the smoke, blocking off that red room rotation. And so he'll have to wait for Philip because he's looking to push through this smoke, but he has 2 Ts on the other side of it. So Sui will reveal his position. Yeah, reveals his position. Unable to find a kill. Yeah. But Catalyst waits in the smoke and is able to close out the round 4-4 now.
Picking off both of them from the shadows of the smoke. Very well played. Beautiful picks. Tying up the score. Bringing us into a real game here.
Yep, and now even with this, this loss bonus here for the CTs, they still have MP9s at best. So we might just see like a half buy, maybe, save 1,500, get some armor and MP9, see if we can rock and roll with that.
Almost all of them have armor. It's just right. Oh no, Sui finally sold his armor, so 3 have armor.
The rest looks good. Yeah, 5.7s.
An HE and a fire nade.
Yeah.
Against a
it's
proper
looking like a B
buy.
crunch right here. A is completely vacant, which the T's, and look at who's number 0? Inox. Look at Inox. He hears all this information about the CTs just running through everything. So they know the A bomb site's clear and they can get, a lot of backstab kills from here. And they see the rotations coming out. They find one and they know about at least another player here. Superman finds Rye, and then Philip is just in between two people here and is swiftly taken care of, leaving Staircase in a 1v5 clutch, and a nade will blow right in his legs.
58 damage nade. Absolutely no damage taken by the T's.
Yeah, and now it is the Shogun's first lead of this match, 5-4, on a streak of rounds. Close it out. And we're reaching the end of this half, so full guns back for our CTs here. We have Suya on 6K. Maybe we'll see an AWP coming out here, but everybody else has M4s. Still full AKs on the
seems
Ts.
To be thinking about what he wants to do. Finally decides on the AWP.
And so, yeah, we'll have to see how this switches up, the CTs here. So we see the AWP going B right now, and we see two players are out towards mid. And it's
very aggressive on mid, jumping up. Yeah. But the T's do take B site. There is still a bit of a hole. The hole will slowly fall.
Yeah.
One by one. 4v2.
Rye
good position.
Just misses out on that timing and is unable to close out that duel on Superman.
Leaving Philip in a 1v4. Two are very low, though.
Yep, but he gets tagged down.
Goes down.
Yep, but that's tagged down, and that Molotov might just enable them to save there. Superman's still hanging out. Gets the information, he's backing away, and we'll find the kill there. And so it's just unfortunate for that Ooze Cruise there. As soon as they get that AWP out, they decide to, get the AWP, hold them off, and the AWP can only find, one or two before going down, just because of that, four-man rush up ramp.
Yeah, Ooze Cruise is being very aggressive, taking a lot of mid space, but Shogun seems to have realized that really early on and quickly, and just counterplaying that every time they.
And now we have, the elbow smoke, correct? But now we have Superman on the AWP, so east side AWP might now switch it up for our Shoguns here.
But they are firing jump up so that the mid rushing the CTs can't do anything with that information. We do have Sui going down.
But look at this A long push. Look at this A long push. They already have
a lot of space. He's gonna get shot in the back of the head. It's an upgraded gun for Slimy.
And that Molotov for a Nox will reveal his position. Wins out the duel, but Rye will find a double in Jag right now. But still, the CTs are isolated. Inox could piece this round together. We still have one ult going through red and one going through T-spawn. But they might meet their maker right here on ramp. Look at this timing right here for both these players. And Inox will go down to the ramp player. So 5-6 now. A round converted for the Ooze crew.
Finally, they're in a good economical position.
Yeah, that was 6 straight rounds for Shogun. And so finally stopped by the Ooze crew here. And so
it's going to be a full buy for both teams in the last round of this half. It's going to be an interesting round.
Yeah, no T-side AWP bought, because we saw that Superman had that AWP last round on the T-side, but now we have Slimy on the AWP as well for this, the Ooze crew now. So no T-side AWP. Maybe they'll just go back to their rushing ways as we see, another 4 players up ramp right now. And so it's
good
still
kills, good trades. The AWP player in cave does take one down, but quickly traded.
Yep, and the last player spotted.
Trying to take that space. And there we go, a 5-7 half.
Yeah, just nothing the Ooze crew could do against, those rushes. Even if they put, 3 players, on B, they would just, smoke the molly, run up, and just get flat and get dealt with. So as much as I was praising, Ooze Crew's, coordinated util early on, maybe around round 3 or 4, I feel like, the Shogun realized what they were doing, and, they saw the CT setup and then just abused it to turn this into a 7-5 half after being down 0-4.
Yeah, they played it really well. They played their opponents very well.
Yep, so now a switch on the sides. The pistol round is now coming up. The Ooze crew on the T side, and we'll have to see how the Shogun will respond for their CT set.
I'm curious to see if Shogun's going to be aggressive up mid like the Ooze crews was.
Yeah, and so, mid is a very hard thing to play on Ancient, because you can't be over-aggressive and just let, yourself get picked off, but you also can't just let it be, because that gives the T's so much room to work with. So you have to find that perfect balance on CT side. And Superman...
A lot of information, though.
Yeah, and Apathy will find 2 on the jump-up players. Still going.
Third and a 4th, going for the A's.
Let him ace. Let him ace.
Oh, Sui finally takes him out.
Yep, and it's some Upsilon right there for the cleanup. So now Shogun with a very dominant round there. So you see Superman, he found the information pushing through that smoke. Saw all those players go jump up, which just gave, Apathy, or what, was it Apathy?
It was Apathy who got the 4K.
Apathy, yeah, Apathy to just, mop them up.
Yeah, he saw his low amount of kills and wanted to change that in one round.
Yep. So with no bomb plant being found here, it's just going to look like just full Glocks for the T's here. Maybe just a good old A-rush. We only have one player on this bomb site, and they're announcing themselves and backing off.
And then running back. That's brilliant. I love that plan.
The CTs aren't fooled, though. Look, they might be looking to, just rack up some kills with these MP9, but Smartest Superman goes down, finds out they're still here. So an MP9 recovered for these T's here, but we still have an Ox in the backside with an M4 here. And so he finds 3 of them at least, pulls out the USP, and gets fallen for the A main. But here is the rotates for the T's here, CTs, excuse me. And so that'll be cleaned up swiftly. So what looked like a very, a could be promising round for the T's with that early pick gets shut down by the 3K, by the M4 in the backside.
Well, still an interesting play there. Rush A, announce themselves, make it seem like they were pulling off, and then just wait in A main for that one player to push, get the early pick, get a gun, and try to do something with that.
Yeah, I like that. Especially when you have Glocks, you got to do something weird to at least give yourself a chance. But what that does is it tells if there's a donut player, they'll announce themselves, and then the donut player should hear them walk off, which could, tell them, hey, wait, they're not rushing. But Apathy looking to get aggressive on this ramp. We'll find one, but it gets traded out. And so now, Philip watching just for the jump up as well as Sui. Not pushing their luck here. We do have full CT rotations out, and so we still have one player, back watching this A main push as these 3 last CTs decide to stack B. Looking like Catalyst will go back to Red Room, see if anybody's rotating, and maybe hold down this A site.
But the T's are just sitting at B ramp. We have one lurk watching that A main and mid elbow position.
Yeah. And we
everyone just waiting for some information, none given.
Yeah, and Upsilon still, spam that smoke just, to at least, tell them, hey, we're still here. We're still, watching for you. But it's looking like it's just going to be another, retake exec for the, the CTs here, or the T's here. Throwing out some util, a smoke for Cave and Red. And it's looking like Anox is going to read back and get back onto this B-bomb site. But still, man advantage for the T's.
Good util coverage. Good distraction shooting through the smoke.
Yup. Out of bullets, pulls out the USP, but is unable to find a third there for the round. Catalyst in a 1v2 situation. No bomb plant yet coming through. 16 seconds left on the clock. They got to be wary, but that's the last CT spotted. So now they can plant this bomb safely with Slimy covering.
I'm surprised they can just being aggressive with their current eco and the 2v1.
Switches out the gun for the M4 here. And Slimy will shut down Catalyst there. 964 are Shoguns.
Yeah, he got a lot of damage onto Philip there. It looked like he might be able to do something, but the cross angle from Slimy shuts it right down.
Yeah. And the T's played that pretty well also. Why did I said round win for our Shogun? That's not what happened. Ooze Crew picked that up. But anyway, what the Ooze Crew did there is, they initially started pushing up that B ramp, and they were met with some resistance. They got, fair traded picks, but they didn't push that after that. They still, regained themselves, got back together, got a game plan, and then executed instead of just, all rushing up into a potential, stack or hero play.
And nading to Jaguar isn't going to do anything. Sui getting boosted up onto the B ramp box.
Yeah,
trying to just spot that half wall player.
Yeah, but it's just pistols and a Mag 7, it's looking like, for Superman.
Oh, a lot can be done with the swag set.
Oh, trust me, I know. But the Jag player will be found out by Rye. Early man advantage for RTs now, as the clock reaches nearly a minute. And it's just one single player left on this B-bomb site here. Philip finds Catalyst, and that's that last player spotted. Just gets ran down, leaving the B-bomb site open. And the elbow player there is also found out, leaving just Superman with that swag on this ramp position. Maybe gonna just pray for an exit here, maybe grab an AK and skedaddle. And so he knows at least
going down jump up, so they're expecting this ramp player.
Yeah,
Superman
that gives
repositioning. He spots him, cannot get the kill with the Swag 7.
Yeah. And that's the issue about the swag. It takes so long to load that second bullet. Is it if your opponent isn't down in one, you're going down. In most cases.
Yeah, the swag is definitely a one shot, one kill type of gun. You don't really often get the chance to shoot a second shot at a single player.
Yep. So cleanup good for the T's here, making it 9-7. Ooze Crew looking to at least crawl back to this lead. Or tie up the game, but we still have another, like half by, like I said, this CT economy is super weak. So even though they had pistols, they need pistols and maybe a scout again to try and fight for this round, compared to Mac 10s and AKs.
There is one FAMAS, but that FAMAS is gonna have to do a lot.
Ooh, but the quick
Catalyst
will
with
be
the opening
punished.
kill.
Yep. But Apathy will go down in return, so now it's still an even game with Catalyst only being at 17 HP and unable to grab an AK for their trouble.
But the information of players B is called. All the CTs there. One hiding on site gets a kill. Quickly traded though.
And that's a big kill for Catalyst to get there. They were still 14 HP, so they got a lot of value out of their kill. Yeah, and a Bosch Molly
able to get a kill. That scout trying to do something. Oh, one does go down to the scout. It is a 2v1.
And Superman will close it out. That 4-spy now converted for our Shoguns will give them their 10th round there. And,
upgraded pistols, a scout, and an M4 take the round versus a proper full buy.
Yeah,
what
but
a round.
It was a little bit of luck, as we saw in, Cave with that blocked Molly that'll give him the kill. But it's also just, knowing when to back off and knowing what angles to play. We saw, two T's, both peeking long together, leaving, Catalyst able to get a kill while still being only at 14 HP. And, the smoke break and then quick switching to a nade after you just broke the smoke also, giving them up a kill. So just, great plays for the CT, knowing when and, how to in that round.
Everything was executed perfectly.
Yeah.
Slimy taking an aggressive mid stance, running through the fire, getting one, quickly traded.
Yeah, Superman nearly caught out by Util there, able to jump back, so he still, can walk away from that fight, but he re-peeks and Staircase will find Superman down.
Philip also taking out Apathy, leaving us on a 2v4. Philip doesn't have much HP, though.
Yeah, looking at the CTs right now, they're so split together, they don't know where the execute is coming from. So we still have, Upsilon going up towards Red Room and clearing that out. They think it's going to be an A finish here, but no information given over by the Ts. And we can see, Rye clearing out Cave right now with, the bomb on, Rye's back here also. Or not Rye, Philip. And so they discover an empty B bomb site, so the gamble doesn't pay out for our CTs here, and they could be forced to save.
I think that was already the call. Just group up together, try to stay alive. They don't have any money to buy next round, so they just need something.
Yep.
Epsilon clearing before picking up that AK.
Yep, able to grab that safely. I don't think that was heard by the red player either, so I think they're just going to let him hold on to these guns here for right now. Still 25 seconds left on this bomb timer, though. That could give them a little bit of leeway to chase.
Doesn't look like they're being too aggressive with their chases, though. 3 of those T's still just chilling around bomb, making sure it goes off.
Yeah, you don't want any, ninjas at all. And look at the money for the T's as well. Even if they go down, it's going to be hard for them to, keep this economy up and, keep buying AKs. They might be forced to take a Galil or maybe a Mac 10 or something.
The T's playing it super safe, just hiding out in... What's that place called again? I always forget.
CT spawn? CT spawn or Temple? Temple. Yeah, it's just called Temple. So with those save guns, they could drop another gun to, Apathy. But look at this economy is still super weak. We got full nades on half these plays, but we still see 2 MP9s coming out. compared to their full AK counterparts on this T side. And it's still looking like, default setup 1T towards elbow and then 4 up towards, ramp and B. And it's looking like it's just a straight up rush. Yeah.
Yeah, mid player firing off jump up to cut off that rotate. Taking space on the site. Sui takes out Epsilon.
Yep.
Sui taking a...
Oh, and an over-aggressive peak for Sui will find them down to apathy, but trades are coming through. 3v3 now queued up for these CTs for this retake.
Bomb is planted, only 30 seconds left. 2 of the team members quite low. Everyone just spamming through the smoke.
Yeah,
all
it's
that
right now
going out.
Yeah, it's a 2v2 right now on site. And it looks like the T's are going back. MP9 does find Rye. And a smoke goes down. Not on the bomb, though. 10 seconds left for this, and Slimy will go down. I think they just had enough time to pull this off, though. The retake does come through for the Shoguns, giving them their 11th round.
Honest, or not really a say, but 2 MP9s clutching out that round.
Very well done. Yeah, it wasn't even the M4s, and that's the advantage of the MP9 right now for at least the CTs, because it's still super good at running and gunning. So making yourself moving, making yourself a moving target, making it harder to hit.
Yeah, the first half of the game was one-sided one way and then one-sided the other way, but this second half is all over the place.
Yep, a little bit more of anti-rush utility and stuff like that coming out for the CTs. They're sick of getting just ran up on. So what initially looked like to be maybe 4 towards elbow, they're coming back through T-spawn, but Apathy's already down here with the FAMAS. Gets the information but falls because of it. And so now we have Catalyst running back to hold off this B-bomb site with Epsilon still in it.
Gonna be able to get a little bit of damage. Doesn't actually get any kills.
Yeah.
So many trades going on here. Hard to keep up with everything.
Yeah, but
Slimy
look at that
4
dink.
HP.
Yeah, that dink makes this round at least somewhat easier. Bomb has not gone down. And Smart as Superman will find Staircase. And another kill. So now it's just Slimy with 4 HP left for this clutch to prevent match point for the Shoguns here. And Bomb is dropped on this B-bomb site, so they do have to go into it and walk straight into the crosshair of Superman.
And they have no money for what could possibly be the last round. Yeah. They're going to have to do something crazy here.
So just as I was talking about the nuances about, CT economy, just that one round on T side that doesn't go your way could be, another round or two set. So a very dangerous water here for Ooze Crew. And if they do fail,
spending all their money upgrading all of their guns.
Yeah, they're convinced this could be the last round of the game.
Yeah, being a little cocky there, but Tech 9's not much to fight against.
Yeah, but this this upset could mean a lot for the Shogun here being only 8th in the league.
What position are the Ooze Crews in? Uh-oh, did we lose you? Am I casting by myself now?
No, I'm right here. So, the Ooze Crews right now are 2nd in the league right now. So, a loss to the number 8 Shogun could, switch up the rankings right now. And so, it looks like they're getting mopped up right now on this A-bomb site here.
Yeah, Catalyst just shutting them down. A couple of good, or one good entry kill. A lot of damage onto Catalyst, but that is going to be it.
And that is GG.
13-8 for Shogun versus the Ooze Crews.
Yep.
It was a rough game. It was a very close game all the way into the end, but just those last few rounds taken away, swept up.
And so, yeah, like I said, coming into this game, the Ooze Crew had a 67% win rate on Ancient here, and Shogun has not played it once. So it's it's very good to see for Shogun's side is, hey, they got a map and they're pretty good at it too, taking down, like I said, the 2nd highest rated team right now in Premier. So a very good showing for Shogun here.
Yeah, putting their name out there, letting them know to not be sat on just yet, that they're still able to do something as we are still in our match days leading up to our playoffs. How many more match days do they have? Because they have more teams on their tier.
2.
Only a couple match days, apparently.
Yeah, so I mean, and that could make the difference between meeting playoffs, taking down that high of an opponent, and with the round difference was there. That's 4 rounds up for the Shoguns there, as well as and I just liked what I saw in general from the Shoguns there. It's very coordinated, sight hits, nobody looking at the same angle. Very very good flashes, very good util. So overall,
yeah, everyone did some interesting things on the T side with that amazing fake A rush. Okay, so playoffs start next week for the Premier players. So
yeah.
I guess only tomorrow and Thursday are their last 2 match days. They only play on Mondays. Okay, I know nothing about those players.
Keep in mind we are recruit players, so
yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, we do have the
Everybody root
recruit
for
playoffs
green.
starting tomorrow, so we'll see what happens with that.
Pray for green.
Play for green.
Alrighty. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope to see you soon. Oh, that works too. See you tomorrow.